What's up, guys? Jeremy Lou Photography. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are doing another edit here. This is a natural light shoot, or this shot was a natural light shot, Rancho San Rafael Park in Reno, of a model, and we're going for a vintagey look here, and this is going to be a black and white out of that series. So before we get going, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. If you like it and you like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up on the page. Go ahead and read the description, a little bit about me, what I do, a little bit about Hatch Lab, and how to get stuff to me as part of my live stream as well. And then it'll also have a link on everything that I use to edit today. We're starting with the palette, the low-free keyboard, and the Wacom tablet. This is the medium, and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to try to make this under 10 minutes, which seems to be a struggle in my life right now. So we're going to do a black and white high contrast vintage edit on these, and I'm actually playing with these Visco sets that I recently got, like 4 months ago. And what I want out of this is I want really, really hard highlights. So I feel this is good. So we're going to pick the oh, I don't know why they named these these names. I haven't researched this at all. HPS 1 Plus. And what we're going to do is we're going to do everything to taste. So the cool thing with the Visco edits is that they have some extra stuff down here where you can increase the contrast. Of course, you can do everything here on this side, but we're just going to do it on this side. So what I'm going to do is actually bump the contrast up because that's all I care about. So I'm going to max it out and see what that looks like. Boom. We're losing a little bit of the hat there, which is actually okay with me. It's not too much okay. So let's do that. And we're going to kill some of the highlights. So we're going to go to, oh God, highlight save? No, I want like fade highlights. We're going to fade highlights a lot. Nope, don't like that. I like that a little bit better. And then we're going to, I don't think I'm going to like this, but I'm going to try it anyways. Actually, that matches a little bit better. Okay, so we saved. And then now I do everything via here. We're just going to kind of play with this. I'm going to up the contrast here a little bit. And my goal of this is to make this image kind of pop out. So we're going to do a couple things to do. I'm going to take off the grain because some of the Visco edits naturally have grain in it, which makes it Visco-y, I guess, but I'm not a big fan of that. And of course, guys, I'm always going to up this clarity. I'm always going to up that clarity. So I'm going to kind of bring it up here. And the cool thing is I get to do this to taste. I never look at the numbers. I kind of look at the image and see what happens. Cool. And then using the palette here, I'm just going to add a little bit of vignetting to the side. And what I like about this blown out white sky, so actually it was all, I believe it was super, super cloudy that day. But the clouds were behind us from what I remember. So this is actually blue sky. Don't quote me on any of that. I actually can't remember right now. I just remember fighting with light. This was probably like 11 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. I'm loving that. So now we're going to go in and play with her skin here. So we're going to do a quick once over with some skin smoothing that we have here. And I call this J-style skin smoothing. And all it is just the, oh, come on. All it is a reduction of clarity. So the first one around, I'm going to get a little sloppy just for y'all. And we're just going to use a Wacom tablet here and the pen. And we're just going to paint my palette here. I have the a brush adjustment, which the palette system does have as well, except it's all on the same side. And I like to split my hands up here a little bit. So what I'm doing is a rough kind of go over. We're just kind of killing the clarity on the body. And then we're actually going to drop this down as well. So around like, I don't know, let's say 40, something like that. And what that's going to do is that's just going to kind of remove the clarity and everything. We're going to get in detail on her face here. But if you hit this / and go back, this is what we started with. And that's what we're at now. So I love this in black and white a lot more. It was just a little hazy. The color was weird. It was bouncing off of the grass and the sand and the dirt. And so this is the easiest way for me to fix that. I actually was going to toss this image, but I decided to keep it. Looking at this, my focus is a little bit off. It's soft. I am not a big stickler on that. I still like the overall image, so we're going to keep it. Whether it makes my portfolio or not, I don't know. So we just added a new brush here, a new skin smoothing brush, and we're just kind of going our eyes here. So everything looks really, really good there. So now what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go to retouch and retouch anything that we may need. So I'm going to get in a little bit tighter here with the 1-to-1, go up into the face. And It's actually not bad. And we're just going to use the clone tool, pick what we want, let Lightroom pick whatever's close, and then we're just going to kind of clean that up a little bit. So before, after. It's kind of hard to tell when you do that. All right, so what we're going to do now is make the eyes pop. So we're going to go into our new brush, and we're going to go into what I call J-style eyes. And what this does is it bumps up the exposure almost to 1, so 0.75, and it bumps up the sharpness as well. So it's just going to kind of jump it off just a little, and I do the white part of the eyes. Now, already looking at it, it looks like it's a little too much for me, so we're going to hit zoom, look at it in full. Yeah, it looks freaking creepy as crap. So we're going to bring this down. And we're just watching all the way to 25. And that looks good to me, just for the eyes to pop out a little bit. And now we're going to go back in. We're going to pick a new brush. So we're going to hit new. We're going to go into burn here. And burn makes things darker. Think about like, I don't know how to think about burning stuff. So we're just going to kind of burn these little facial features right here. So the eyebrows. And we're just going to paint. This is why the Wacom is so amazing with the pen, guys, because I'm actually just drawing as if I was drawing on paper-ish. And what happens is I have a little bit more control over that. And we're just highlighting what's already naturally kind of dark right there. And we're just going to kind of pull these eyes out. And what this does, it actually makes it feel a little sharper to me. It's actually looking pretty good on the screen. It does still feel not as sharp. So I'm going to do a once over with the sharpness brush and just see if I can pull the eyes out just a little. But this is a quick shot, and I wasn't planning, and I'm shooting this at f2. So yeah, I mean, it's my own fault but I like it. I like it. So we're just going to kind of go over this part here and this part here. And all I want to do is just increase his sharpness just, here's like crazy amount. And then we're going to bring it down just a little here. So it's like 30. Cool. And that's just going to give me a little bit more. We're going to hit our Z to come back. Cool. So now if you look at it, let me get off that screen. We have some really, really cool stuff going on here with her eyes kind of popping out. And I actually love this image as it is right now. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. And only thing I want to do now is just do a new brush. We're going to burn a little bit of her face here, just a little, guys, just to add a little bit of depth of that flatness back in here. It's going to feel like it's doing a lot when we start, which it is right in here. Just these natural little highlights here. If you guys follow my videos, you know I love this burn tool. We're just going to paint here, just natural kind of contours. So we're going to kind of overdo it. And then what we're going to do here is we're just going to up it. And just look. Boom. That looks great. Again, I'm zoomed in, right? So that's not how we're looking at it. So we're just going to, boom, just like that. Oh, God. Jesus, I shouldn't have done that. That's me being a cheese ball. That still feels good. So we're still on it. I'm going to see if I can just drop this once more. Oh, it was minus 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do one more. Perfect. Just like that. Perfect, guys. What am I at? 8 minutes? Awesome. So this is my edit for this. Only thing I'm going to do here, because I want to, is because I want to live my life, is I'm just going to bump this contrast up just a little bit, guys. And we're just going to watch it. We're just going to watch it. It's still feeling good to me. Love that. Love that little micro adjustments. That looks great. That looks great. And then since we're being picky and I have a minute with you guys, we're going to add one more thing new. We're going to go back to our burn tool. And we're just going to burn this thing right here. We're just going to burn that to pull it out just a little bit. Boom. I love it. That looks great. Again, this is the before. This is the after. This is before. This is the after. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm going to do a color one here. They're going to be uploaded on different days. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. I will talk to you guys later.